day, everyone. You're welcome to this week's Business and Investment Tips program, a production of RCCG Christ Church Radio with Ayodeji Ebo, an investment professional. This week, the focus is on the review of the CBN's 2022 audited financial statement. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, the apex bank, published its long-awaited audited accounts last week for the last 7 years. The audited results were for 2016 to 2022 and were audited by EY and KPMG. We will focus on the latest audited financial statement for the year 2022. 1. The CBN's profit after tax rose by 38.2% year-on-year to 104 billion naira in 2022 from 75 billion naira in 2021. A cursory analysis of the results shows that the apex bank earned a net interest income of 1.8 trillion naira in 2022 relative to 1 trillion naira in 2021, translating to 80% year-on-year. 2. Total operating income grew by 29% year-on-year to 2.2 trillion naira in 2022 compared to 1.7 trillion naira in 2021. Similarly, total operating expenses rose by 9% from 1.1 trillion naira in 2021 compared to 1.2 trillion naira in 2022. The credit loss expense surged 75.7% to 875 billion naira in 2022 from 498 billion naira in 2021, bringing the net operating income to 1.3 trillion naira in 2022. 3. A further breakdown of the interest income line shows that the apex bank generated interest of 1.9 trillion naira in 2022 through ways and means, stood at 23 trillion naira in 2022 relative to 1.2 trillion naira in 2021. Ways and means is the CBN's direct funding to the federal government. Also, the CBN realized 247 billion naira, 156 billion naira and 109 billion naira from AMCON, federal government securities and FX assets respectively. 4. A detailed review of the other operating expenses, which stood at 888.3 billion naira in 2022, shows that FX revaluation losses accounts for 39% or 346 billion naira, while rebate expenses printed at 156 billion naira in 2022, traceable to the RT200 and Naira for dollar policies to attract more dollar inflow to the official FX window. 5. Surprisingly, the advances of 125 billion naira that were channeled towards national security and the federal government and security agencies were classified under other operating expenses. The intervention funds, which were recognized as receivables, will also be impaired after 12 months of non-receipt of funds from the federal government. 6. A breakdown of the CBN liabilities reveals that Apex Bank owes JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs a total of $7.5 billion based on the securities lending arrangement in 2021. Also, the account shows that the CBN owed another $6.3 billion in foreign currency forwards in 2022. This is a combined $13.8 billion in foreign liabilities. 7. A review of the external reserves shows a total of 18.2 trillion naira or $39.6 billion, inclusive of IMF assets of 3.8 trillion naira or $8.3 billion as of the end of December 2022. However, currently stands at $33.8 billion as of 10th of August 2023, excluding its obligations of $13.8 billion to JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and foreign currency forwards. The net reserves stood at $25.8 billion as of December 2022. This explains the CBN's inability to intervene in the FX market. 8. The naira has depreciated by about 20% to 950 naira per dollar as of Friday since the announcement of the unification of the naira, increasing the spread between the official and the parallel markets to 200 naira per dollar. There is obviously a need to increase dollar inflows to the country, especially from foreign portfolio investors. The CBN recommenced the sale of OMO bills to FPIs last week, signaling its move to attract dollar inflows. 9. There is a need to close the exchange rate gap to avoid continued speculation on the naira. We expect improved FX inflow from the sale of crude oil, while there is a need to raise FX via the Eurobonds market urgently. Thank you for listening. Please join us same time next week for another exciting and insightful session. For comments and feedback, kindly forward to ebo.ayodeji@gmail.com or send an SMS 07082463747. Stay blessed.